told me at the start of this year that by the end of it, I was going to make an overly analytical, long tirade about High Guardian Spice, I probably would have believed you, because this shit happens to me so often I've pretty much gotten under the pain. But if you told me to what extent I would loathe it, then I might question you.
Gave High Guardian Spice a chance, and I did notice a few things it had to offer, but it all led to a sloppy mess. It's frustrating when you feel like all these writers wanted to do was make a simple adventure story, but with more characters that they could relate to. But you have to take these characters and put them in a creative scenario that makes us all want to watch more. High Guardian Spice has great intentions behind every idea and desire, but they are sadly accompanied by some of the worst writing I have ever encountered.
This show has garnered an intense, unfathomable amount of backlash and hate ever since it was first revealed back in 2019. And there are many reasons why, but it's not the reasons you're thinking. It's not because we're negative assholes, it's not because we're bigots, it's not because we're stuck-up weebs who demand anime, it's not because we're all homophobes, it's not because we're all transphobes, it's not because we're an evil anti-LGBT brigade that's out to get you like the fucking boogeyman. The reason why there's an ocean of backlash surrounding this show, it's because High Guardian Spice sucks.
It's a complete mess. I don't even want to sugarcoat it. You would be shocked how this cliché fantasy setting can be so underdeveloped.
Why should I care? No joke. Why should I care about these characters? Why should I care about them wanting to be guardians? Why should I care about the fact that I'm essentially watching two magical creatures about to get on?
Overall, High Guardian Spice suffers from a lack of expertise. This result, is not a surprise, coming from a totally new, untested studio where almost every person on the team has an IMDb profile that fits on one page.
My biggest problem with High Guardian Spice isn't poor dialogue, or lack of conflict, lack of good character writing, or its terrible production value. My problem with it is what it represents. And no, it doesn't represent the LGBTQ community, it represents a mindset that says, I don't need to try.
Many have said, don't even rewrite it, there's nothing to work with, and you're right about that. High Guardian Spice has very little value.
Why didn't you build the foundations of your story before focusing on the details? Every time, I think this show cannot get any lower when it comes to literal, basic, bare writing ability. It whips out the pickaxe and starts digging. I'm so livid. I don't even know how to properly explain why this is so awful in a constructed and thought out way, because all I want to do is scream.
I have a fascination with the show. Not just because it's bad either. I'm fascinated with the show because of how bad it is. How it fails at almost every single thing that it attempts. It's kind of a rarity to see a show fail on so many fronts.
You girls want any food? Is sleep a food?
Yes, this is an actual video and not an edit that gets like 50 views. Or unimpressive gameplays that are already way too long to be digestible of an already dead game filled with neurotic, KD-obsessed low-life loser incels. Speaking of way too long to be digestible, actually, the amount of High Guardian Spice videos I watched is genuinely staggering and actually unhealthy. Jesus Christ, I need to go out more. When the show came out, the amount of backlash it generated and how much there truly was like no other. So I'm gonna look back on this show and see if it was truly as bad as everyone thought it was. Also in this video, I'm not gonna tear it to shreds like everyone else did, but I'm also not gonna hack like High Guardian Spice is flawless because, come on, I'd be lying to myself there. But before that, let's dip into the foundations of the show to truly see what we're doing here and to see the inception of the show. So buckle up, because here we go. The cruel fatality of High Guardian Spice. Let's begin.
Oh my god, boy that boy on top. Sip and walk, make my heart stop.
A show's inception always starts with its creator. The creator of High Guardian Spice is Ray Rodriguez. Rodriguez attended New York University's Tisch School of Art studying fine art. And when he got into university, he posted his art on his Tumblr page, posting some illustrations, some animations.
Hey guys, this is Ray and welcome to my vlog. My boyfriend Taylor's sitting behind me, if you can see him.
So. And some images and concepts of the webcomic he originally wanted High Guardian Spice to be. Ray then pitched High Guardian Spice to Federator Studios, but unfortunately it was rejected. Then he pitched it to Nickelodeon. but unfortunately, it was rejected. Then the Cartoon Network, but unfortunately, it was rejected. You get the idea. And according to Wikipedia, Claire Stenger worked on pitches and helped with many things about the show. And it was supposed to be released in 2019, but it was delayed. I wonder why. The multiple missed deadlines were a clear indicator of the unstable and, let's just be honest, incompetent management behind the show, along with the poor advertisement. Along 2020 and a lot of 2021, there was constant speculation on the show's true release. Like on the 25th of February, when Crunchyroll released a trailer for its original releases. Later down the line, on September 4th, Ethan Supovitz? Fucking hell, these names. Ethan said the series was an upcoming Crunchyroll original that would release in 2020, but he didn't specify a date, which is interesting to say the least. On November 15th, Constance Sorrentos wrote an article on how the delay seemed ridiculous. And on May 13th, the show creator himself, Ray Rodriguez, told everyone to be on the lookout. A month later, there was an announcement that the virtual Crunchyroll Expo 2021 would happen in between August 5th and August 7th of 2021, and that more information on the series will be revealed at the Crunchyroll Industry Panel on August 6th. The Anime Network stated that the show will release a new release date in summer 2021. And unlike any other original from Crunchyroll, on September the 21st of 2021, it was listed as part of the fall 2021 lineup.
We've been preparing our whole lives for this day. All of our dreams will soon come true if we only try. All of our hopes come shining through. Come on, future guardians of Lingard. It's just up ahead.
And finally, on October 10th, 2021, Crunchyroll finally released a date for the show, that being October 26th, and it had 12 episodes ordered. And on the website Animation Magazine, Rodriguez himself said that he wanted to make the world a more loving and empathetic place by sharing fantastical stories about queer and diverse and relatable characters. Which is an admirable goal to say the least, but you know, this world has humans in it, so trying to bring positivity is a no-go. Unfortunately, Mr. Rodriguez. Insert funny gag edits here.
Hey, I got a Glock in my arm.
I hope it's romantic all my life, surrounded by couples all the time.
The story for High Guardian Spice is, well, for lack of a better word, underdeveloped. That may be because Ray Rodriguez never wanted the show to be story-driven or to have an overarching plot. Or at least a solid one that's cohesive and compelling. The main plot and story are there's these 4 girls going to a magic school because they want to be guardians of Lingard, I'm guessing. To protect Lingard from monsters and stuff, I'm assuming. It's very simple. Maybe a bit too simple. It feels very bare bones and unplanned when you watch it. Granted, they had to rush a narrative together and stretch it into 12 episodes, which, let's face it, nobody is at their best when they're given limited time and more pressure to create a story for a 12-episode show. It's pretty clear and apparent that the story takes inspiration from both Western and Eastern media. Western media like Harry Potter, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, The Owl House, Cory in the House. Back on topic, the show is episodic, but also has an overarching plot. Kind of. Something to do with the rot slowly infecting Lingard, especially Times Forest or something.
This is my home. I need to help, not run away.
That is not your choice to make. Your father and I have decided we are going to Scarborough Kingdom.
But
time. Resources are scarce. The fairy woods are no longer safe.
Then come with us. You said it's not safe here, so why?
I must stay and do what I can. This is my duty, not yours. Now go.
Well, we'll get back to that. There's also something to do with old magic versus new magic. Like at the start, old magic seems to be better.
Look at that, Sage! Your own terrasphere!
We thought it might help you at school.
Do you like it? Here, You just hold it like this. Whoa, cool! Oh no, you hate it. Rosemary, I don't want a terrasphere. It's not right. I don't do new magic. My mom would be livid if she knew about this.
Why not say something? Your aunts are awesome. They get it.
Cousins, Rose, my cousins. And anyway, I can't. They went to all this trouble, they're being so kind and thoughtful. It's the worst. Well, I was taught that old magic is sacred. My mother taught me that as magic gives to you, you must give to it, or the balance will be destroyed. After a sizable spell, she plants a tree in thanks. So much power, with no required knowledge or work? How unsafe.
How old magic of you to say that.
How lazy of you to like these spells.
But then new magic seems to be better.
Dear.
Is it okay if I use old magic?
Sage, why crawl through the desert delirious with thirst when you can summon an oasis of sparkling water in any flavor you choose? Maybe, but it's impractical. New magic doesn't require the hours of ritual, the reckoning, the effort.
Basically, old magic is dumb.
But I wouldn't say that. It's just new magic is better. New magic multiplies your power and lets you do what you want. With new magic, you can do anything. Huh? Guess this one's out of juice. Balance schmalance. You've got a terrasphere now, haven't you?
I mean, yes.
Do what you want, Sage. But the history of Guardians demonstrates that those who don't adapt are doomed to obsolescence.
Just like I said, Slab.
Just don't.
New magic. The only decent way to do anything.
I didn't want to just use the easy way.
Blah, 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 blah. Old magic is sacred. What's the sacred part, Slab? Sweating into plants instead of going to lunch?
Yeah.
Then new magic bad?
I can't believe I killed him. I couldn't stop the spell.
It's not your fault, Sage. The effectiveness of new magic conceals how unmanageable it can be.
Then you can combine both elements or something.
Stay low!
No one to tell the tale.
He's gone!
He was here for a reason. I don't think he'll go far.
You used old and new magic together.
A solid foundation in old magic gives one the potential to merge their strengths. A skill you'll learn in time.
Merge their strengths.
It's very vague of its concept. It might also be a metaphor for being liberal and conservative, but I don't really want to get into that right now. There's also this theme of the famous traditional ballad Scarborough Fair, written by Simon and Garfunkel. That's about a relationship where the artist gives their lover a list of tasks he wants her to do for her to gain his love back. The song shares a title with a nation in the show called Scarborough Kingdom. And the characters of High Guardian Spice are named after the herbs that are repeated throughout the song. parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. And according to Genius, every herb has a symbolic meaning. Parsley took away bitterness, sage represents strength and wisdom, rosemary symbolizes memory and faithfulness, and thyme was for courage. And we'll see if the characters actually symbolically represent that. Let's be honest, when it comes to the show, the characters are kind of underdeveloped as well. Let's start with our main protagonist, Rosemary. She wants to be a guardian for her mother because her mother had to leave for some kind of mission or something, probably linked with the Triumvirate, as seen in the Stinger in the final episode.
Bring him forth.
Please, show me mercy! This is Olive's fault! If you give me another chance, I'll kill her and every person in Lingard. Silence!
What do you recommend?
Execution.
She's one of those young, optimistic, happy, kooky girl, fun adventure, loving protags. Did that even sound? She gradually progresses and matures as a character throughout the show. But the thing with Rosemary is she develops really late into the series. Like episode 11 to 12-ish. You know, the end of the series. She's also best friends with Sage. Like, really best friends with Sage. Like, really best friends with Sage. Speaking of Sage, she's a duo-antagonist type of charcoal. Wait, what the fuck? She's a very timid, angsty type, and just a mess socially. So, you know, she's just like me for real. She goes to High Guardian Academy to be a magic mage. You know, Sage the Page Mage, if you will. But before all this, in her childhood, she grew up on the countryside of Witch Country, before moving to Pebble where she met Rosemary.
Anything like this. Not even when I lived in Witch Country.
You lived in Witch Country?
I lived in the countryside. When I was young. We didn't practice new magic like everyone else.
So you've always been unique.
She starts off fine-ish, but obviously has her flaws, like her pettiness.
You can do this.
Really? I thought I couldn't do anything. I thought you were Amaryllis's new puppet.
I didn't even say anything mean.
I have an idea. Why doesn't your best friend Amaryllis fix this?
Amaryllis is not my best friend.
Time. That isn't an apology.
I'm sorry?
Time. Mandatory Activity Girl was your name for me last week. Rose Barb.
I thought we were past all that.
You thought?
Her crybabiness.
Look at you.
I feel odd.
What's wrong, Tiger?
I didn't want a terrasphere, but I didn't know how to tell you. Mom would be so angry. She despises new magic. She doesn't want me to use it. Everyone at school makes fun of me or laughs behind my back because of my old sigils and my stupid hat.
Sage?
At the store, before, I wanted to give it back. Then, I found this. And it's, I don't know, it feels like something I'm supposed to have. Like it's made for me, but we're star-crossed. I don't know what to do, and now I'm yelling, and I hate yelling!
I can't keep watching this. Everyone else is already done.
Yes. I don't want to stay through lunch.
See, Slab, even this one gets it, and she's barely conscious.
You could help me, Time. I know you know how. I didn't want to just use the easy way.
Sweating into plants instead of going to lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yes.
Her emotional weakness.
Okay, let's just move on. Rose, come on.
No, something's wrong. Rose? Oh no, she's hurt. No. Rose? We have to get back. Let them expel me. I don't care.
We don't even have a map.
Too unstable. Sage, stop! I can't! I hurt him. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
It's too late. He can't be healed.
He must be put down.
I can't believe I killed him. I couldn't stop the spell.
It's not your fault, Sage.
However, she does get more charisma and confidence throughout the series and learns to lighten up throughout the show as well, so that's a plus, I guess.
You found time for a haircut? I mean, I value fashion as much as the next woman, and I love how you're looking right now, but...
It looks great.
Thank you.
Okay, time to go, Snap.
Parsley is easily the most liked and acclaimed member of the team in the eyes of the audience of this show. That's because she's an easy character to get along with. She's nice, she has relatable moments with her family not wanting her to go down a different road that she wants to go down to herself.
She shouldn't treat time like a child.
She is a child, Parsley. You both are.
I never got to be a child, Mom. I've been looking after my brothers my whole life, and I love them. They've been my whole world. But I finally get this shot to make something of myself, and you want me to leave? Just to come back here and what? End up like you?
Parsley, you apologize to your mother this instant.
Why? You have another girl now. Raise her to be the help.
And she's seen as the glue that holds the group together, because Rosemary and Sage weren't really friends with Time, nor vice versa. I mean, that's how friendship fucking works. Speaking of Time, she's one of the better characters in the show in my opinion. I really like the concept and the story of her character. She grows up in a family where her father is adjacent due to a disease infecting the fairy woods where she lives. And when she and her mother Flora forced to live in Lingarth in Scarborough Kingdom. Now, there's a lot more characters to go into, but since they're not the main ensemble, and let's face it, nobody wants to keep watching this video for like 25 more millennia, I'll just quickly speed run through them. Amaryllis is a popular girl stereotype who is mentally unstable, you know, when she wants to be.
I feel alive!
Snapdragon starts as a bully, but then mellows out. But I'll go more in depth into that.
We trust. Rosemary.
Slimeboy is a fan favorite because he's easily memeable. Same with Parnell. There's also teachers like Caraway. Yeah, we'll get back to him. Redbud, who is, again, mentally unstable. Mossflox, who is a black smithing teacher. Dretch, who is very popular for certain reasons. This centaur teacher who teaches like math. I don't know, I didn't pass it, so fuck it. Along with the main foursomes family.
Oh, we
go to the same parties?
No, not like that. I meant Okay, let's get this out of the way. Since I'm not an LGBT, I don't have the right to say if this representation was done right or not. But it is a huge part of the show, and it'd just be criminal not to talk about it. So, yeah. Some of the voice actors actually share similar orientations with the characters they play in the show. Like the voice actress Haviland Stillwell? Stillwell, right? Right? He voices Anise, you know, a lesbian in the show, and, you know, Haviland Stillwell is also a lesbian. So, you know. What am I doing with these? I'm assuming Anise and Aloe's relationship came across to many as a tad bit forced. because they are shown as a couple a lot throughout the show. Like in the intro, in episodes 1.
Gorgeous. Its conjuring powers seem unlimited. I thought it was incompatible with old magic.
Aloe's an elf, so her powers merged with mine.
Sweetie, she'll learn about new magic and spell theory at school. Let's let them go to bed. Good night.
Good night.
I'm not trying to say this is necessarily bad or anything, but what I'm trying to say is maybe a little more subtlety would be helpful in this. Like the picture and frame of Anise and Aloe being married in the first episode. That would have worked as a subtle feature of their love, and not make it seem like you want easy brownie points. I'm not saying I have a problem with LGBT couples being represented, but what I am saying is you shouldn't want the viewer to feel like it's being forced down their throats constantly. And I'm assuming that's how many people felt about this couple. I'm assuming a lot of people thought this show had some kind of agenda behind it, when I don't think it did. Because, and no offense when I say this, but besides from being a lesbian couple and being Sage's cousins and stuff, what more is there to Anise's character? Or Aloe's character? Like, one is a relative of the main characters and the other is a mythological being. There's so much more you could have done with that. But to be fair, the show only had 12 episodes, so, there's not really much they could have done there, but, I'm just saying. Maybe Ray Rodriguez can continue the story as a webcomic as well, like how he originally wanted it to be. I don't think that's impossible to do now, because, I don't think webcomics have a budget to them, do they? Or maybe they do, I don't know. I don't know a lot of things about things. But some kind of continuation of the story where it doesn't feel like you're on a time crunch or have a budget to abide by. It's a great way to expand the lore and the world of High Guardian Spice while having those lighthearted moments as well. While talking about this, there's another character that comes to mind, and that character is Caraway. I'll play the clip here.
Lavender and I met when we were students here together, our first year. We were a lot like you and your friend Sage, actually.
Is that your sister?
It's me, actually.
You are a girl?
I'm transgender.
Here, Caraway states that he's transgender, and he's voiced by the showrunner himself, Ray Rodriguez, both being trans men. Both grew up as girls, but transitioned into males during their adulthoods. And it's fairly obvious that Caraway is some kind of self-insert of Rodriguez himself, which is fine, that's cool. I don't know why people got so pissed about that, but it is what it is. I mean, which Ray himself even admitted to. Which again, is fine. Like, many have inserted themselves into their own works. There was a lot of pushback for it, even though I don't think it was that big of a deal personally, but I think Ray Rodriguez just wanted to tell his audience about being trans and the experience behind it, which is cool, But one thing that kind of gets to me is that this show is supposed to be for mature audiences, right? Pretty sure most mature audiences would have a decent idea about being transgender. If this show was on Disney Channel, well, it wouldn't last, but if this show was on Disney Channel, then I understand explaining transhood to kids that, not kids, but maybe teenagers, like late teens. And speaking of teens, actually, I can't end off this section without talking about Snapdragon. Being trans is his whole arc in this show. He's more feminine and softer than the other boys in the school. And there's a high fucking bar right there, I won't lie. I'm pretty sure Snapdragon is based on his, or hers, or their voice actor, Julia Kay, and the journey of being trans. Like with this scene in episode 6.
Not to beat a dead pony, but Rose could do so much better. I know what she needs, and it's not him.
Do I have to pay you? Do you want some kind of bribe?
For what?
To stop talking about Aster and Rosemary. She likes him. Who cares?
I care.
You don't say.
Rose and I are girls. You and Amaryllis are a different story. In any case, guys just don't understand that the bond between girls is just deeper.
And that, I'm a girl. You couldn't possibly understand. Girls and guys and guys and girls and girls and... I'm sick of you talking like that. I'm sick of a lot right now.
Snapdragon?
Just finish the puzzle.
Snapdragon has a frustrated breakdown over the nouns boy and girl, and the labels that come with them as well, and the stereotypes along with it, and how he's sick of a lot of things right now. And the near end of the episode, Sad apologizes to him and says,
Snapdragon, I'm sorry. I was flipping out all day about Rosemary. For nothing. And I took it all out on you. I know you care about your friends. I didn't know that I might be one. Hey, if you ever want to talk about the heavier stuff...
Yes, please. There's some stuff I could really, I'd like to talk about to someone other than...
Which, to be fair, this is pretty nice. This is continued in the Festival of Fall episodes.
Hey girl, you're really tipping the scales of sexy. I hope you're single. We'd be fantastic together.
Cal?
Wait, Snapdragon? You, dude, why are you dressed like a girl? This is messed up. You're messed up.
Aside from this, though, the show has LGBTQ cast members like Cam Clark, who is an openly gay man who voices Nappy Cat, and he's actually one of the best performances of the show, honestly.
Do not flatten me with your arrows, as you did when, for you ran me to the broken tree.
Along with Sorel. Who the fuck is Sorel? Along with Julian Coster, who is a queer... Why did I write that? Why did I write that down? Along with Julian Coster, who is a queer person, and voices Snapdragon, who also did Guardian's Path, the song itself. And trust me, we'll get to that. I'm just reading off of Wikipedia at this point, aren't I? And I'm not even doing a good job. Yeah, so this is this is part 1 to this little High Guardian Spice thing I'm doing. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is only part 1, so sue me. Part 2 will come out in like at least 3 years, so yeah, bye, I guess.